blue lizard, not a copperhead. P-Dub, can I check that one, buddy? You want to back up a little bit? No copperheads, guys. It's great news. You got the all clear, so you're gonna take it? Who is that? That's my Riley girl. Rebel, you gonna get in there and take her spot, or you gonna cuddle with her? It's a little warm for cuddles today, isn't it? Hi, boo-boo. Hey, you gonna tell everybody that you did get your little bit of special treats today? I learned last time why you were crying. You know, the funny thing is you got your treats and you're still whining a little bit. You're just spoiled. That's what it is. All you animals are spoiled. And I have no room to talk. I'm not judging. But you're extra spoiled. Don't tell the others, okay? You know, my dogs prefer there to be water in those pools, but you guys seem to like them just the way they are. P-Dub-Dub. Ooh, while you're peeing, you have to let me touch you. Yeah, you can't run off now, can you? Hi, buddy. I know it. Foxy Fox. We got Mohawk. We got Mohawk. You trying to tell me something? Trying to tell me something, buddy? Gizmo. You guys are so cute. I got a lot of goatlets just like you, about your size. I think they're actually technically a little bit younger. I just love goatlets, man. They're like puppies, only a little more fun because they come into their natural goatiness earlier. My puppy, Mr. Bruno, he requires a lot of time and attention. These guys just act like goats right out of the womb. It's fantastic. And they all start to get their personalities, especially when they're spoiled, like these guys and my goats. Hey guys, welcome back to K&S Get Out. Another hot one over here at Grandpa Doss Farms today. And I promise, I'm gonna keep this one shorter, and there's good reason for it. I was late today. I was considerably late for the morning feeding. I did call mom, told on myself, but also called mom because I needed to talk to her. And she pulled through, like she always does. Guys, mom is a saint. What she's doing for my dad, what she's doing for my family, what she's doing for all of us, I'm so proud of her and so thankful for her, and so thankful for dad that mom can be there for him. Quick update on dad. He is out of the ICU and is pretty much, with one little exception, but is pretty much on his own. In other words, they've gotten most of the stuff out of him that, you know, you have put in during and after a surgery like that. If you don't know, my dad, Grandpa Doss Farms, just had open heart surgery Monday. Today is Thursday. And got a great update back from mom. You know, dad is not able still to communicate fully. You know, he's obviously in a lot of pain. And I'm going to say this is a positive thing, guys. So if it comes out of my mouth otherwise, just know that I'm trying to say it positively. But, you know, my dad has never undergone something this severe physically to him. And I know going into it, you know, he was really wrapped up in what the recovery would be like and the timeline and everything. But I believe today, based on what mom and I were talking about, and sorry, mom, if I don't know what to share, what not to share, but I want to say this. My dad realizes the severity and the pain and having to follow the recovery procedure and what the doctor tells him. And that's a good thing. It's a very good thing because he's so stinking strong and strong-willed that I know he's wanting to, originally he was wanting to fast track. But my father has also never been under the kind of anesthesia and sedation that he's been under for something like this. So I think today, you know, he's a little bit more of him, you know, is coming back. And as mom said it, he's not even in a rush to come back home. The first couple days, you know, he came out of it and that was all he wanted. It was to fast track, getting out of there, getting home. That's my dad. He's a homebody. And it's great news. It puts me at a little bit of ease, puts everybody at a little bit of ease that he's realizing, you know, I've got to go through the proper steps for healing. And he's also feeling how severe it is. So thank the Lord. I'm glad. I want him to, you know, have that perception. I want him to have that wisdom. And I think we all do. You know, we've all been talking about it. You guys have been commenting about it. We talked about it in the premiere. It's so important that he goes through the proper recovery to heal up and everything so that there are no complications or he doesn't have to go back. So great update on Dad. Are you guys, are we okay over here? We're just having a little silly brother-sister moment. Trying to steal the show, huh? Okay, I said it in the last one. I mean it in this one. I'm not just going to pace around the pen like I did. I've gone ahead and taken care of everybody. They got their wormies. The pigs got their food wetted down before it started. I've checked underneath the pools and things for copperheads or anything else. The goatee's got everything. I saved Abu some treats so that when he started whining, he got a little bit of special attention. These two are hilarious. These two make me, looking back, I kind of wish I would have gotten another sibling of Herc's. Hercules is a great, great dog. These are my dad's LGDs, mom and dad's and Matt's. I mean, these guys are the most, he outspoils his animals. He beats me somehow. Maybe I just take after him. But today is difficult. I'm struggling with not being selfish, guys. You know, we're providing as much support and we're staying in the know on what's going on with Dad, and we're trying to take care of things around here so that when he comes home, everything is just homeostasis. And here, I'll just let that happen in the background if you guys can see that. But I'm just going to get right to it today, okay? Positive update on Dad. Everything's fine. My hand is doing pretty well. I technically can go tomorrow to get my stitches taken out, and I'm going to go and have them look at it. I think I don't know what state it has to be in to get the stitches out, but that's really not even the problem. The problem is the inside of my hand, because I did not have stitches in there, and I think it probably needed them, but I was so swollen when I went in, it looked a lot more closed up. So that's actually the part I've had to be real careful with, and I have been. Pushed it a little bit yesterday with Chad. If you haven't seen it yet, which if you're watching this video, I guarantee you've seen it, go watch the video that we posted for Grandpa Doss Farms on his channel that Chad and I did together. Be prepared to laugh, believe it or not. And I know that sounds weird, but that was the first time I had seen Chad since the operation. We had talked a lot on the phone, text, everything. But I finally got to hang out with him and we did this together. And I'll tell you right now, guys, the Doss family, how do we cope? How should anybody cope? Well, we do it with humor. And we cover up things with jokes and humor and smiles. And realistically, hey, speaking of humor, what are you guys doing? You silly dogs. You silly, aren't you? I know it. I know it. You can keep playing. I'm sorry. You're just distracting me. My bad. Keep going. So we had a very funny time out here. And of course there was conversation off camera. It's brother time. And then we even filmed for his Doss Outdoors video. He brought his tractor and his lane shark, and I got to run it. You know me. I love running tools like that. And I really needed that, guys. If you saw my last video, let's get this one's, only going to be slightly different, I suppose. I promise I'm getting you back to Shady Acres and Shannon. In fact, we may have a little bit toward the end of this where she's in it. I just want you guys to see her and know that she's still around. These dogs don't steal the show. Golly. See, I wish that Herc and Bruno could have a relationship like this, but let me tell you right now, absolutely not. Never gonna happen. They're gonna be workers from different sides of the fence and parallel to one another, but I don't know. We'll see. He is recovering very well from his neutering. He is no longer on the pain medications. I think today's his third day removed. He never messed with the wound, not at all. So the only time we had that donut on him, which was a cone replacement, was while he was in his crate. And then the moment I got him out, we'd take it back off and he would spend all of his time with it off and never go to it. And quite honestly, even the pain medication and everything, like when he came back, he's got too much energy. Okay. I'm getting right to it, and no tears today. They've already been shed hardcore because of everything that's gone on. I hate that I'm bringing this up, but it's reality, guys. Something we haven't shared with you. I've been keeping something from you. Shannon and I both have, and I am happy to report that she got the day off yesterday, but Shannon and I, we went to lunch and we picked a place. Normally we're just making sandwiches at the camper, but we went somewhere where we could sit down and somebody else would serve us. And it was a little, we had to drive a little ways from Shady Acres. These dogs. We had to drive a little ways from Shady Acres, so we had great quality conversation. And I'm so thankful that she had the day off, even though we didn't get to go see Dad. I needed it. So we took our time, had a great lunch together, just the two of us, just talking. And man, God was there. It was really good, and I needed it. Okay, I lied. I am just going to pay for this video. That's all you get. Sorry. And then we went back to the camper and we actually relaxed. We didn't do any projects. It was 100 degrees out, and we stayed in the camper and just rested until it was time to do all the evening routine with everybody. And so I haven't gotten the birds out yet. I want to, but there's another reason that things aren't being focused on over there at my place right now. And I have no other way to say this. Nala, Princess Nala, as we call her, she's about 11 to 12-year-old dog. We got her, Shannon and I got her like right after we got married, and she's been with us ever since. She's an inside dog. She lived in the city with us, very inside dog. Best dog on the planet, man. I love all my animals. I love my dogs. I love these dogs. I love everybody. These flies won't leave me alone. But our Princess Nala has to be the most human dog that I've ever known, and all the memories and everything. Yeah. So Nala she's dying. Her back legs have given out on her, and they have been for a little bit, but with everything that's going on, like, you know, I didn't want to talk about it. Didn't want to bring it up. Didn't want it to be a reality. She's began urinating in the camper, and originally we thought maybe there was some kind of a bacteria infection or something going on inside of her, and had an appointment with the vet and everything. And as time has progressed, it has been more than evident that it's not that she can't hold it, or that it's that she's dying and she can't stand up and she can't go down the stairs and she can't go out and go to the bathroom. Look who I found. I had to stop where I was at and come home. One thing that I do want to say, I told you I talked to Mom earlier today. Ironically, today is her and Dad's 44th wedding anniversary, and so I wanted to wish her a happy anniversary, as happy as it can be. And so congratulations to them. They are an inspiration to us. That's incredible. We love that. So next year they're probably going to have a much better anniversary. I'm certain of it.
I would sure hope so.
They will. So just wanted to wish them a happy anniversary, and it's that's kind of keeping this in perspective for us. But at the same time, Shannon and I right now are feeling overwhelmed with a lot of things, and Nala is not doing well. It's been a couple weeks going, but I've felt bad sharing it, and I don't want to put her on video. You guys don't need to see it, but ultimately her back legs that she's got arthritis in real bad, she had a couple surgeries on one of those legs. They have given up for the most part. It is very hard for her to stand up, come out and go to the bathroom,
get back up the stairs.
Oh yeah, we've both had to pick her up and carry her in. She's not a light dog. She's a little fluffy, but she's losing weight. She's stopped eating now. Today is probably day 3 or 4. Basically, I'm not going to go through that. Google end of life signs of a dog, and everything on that list is applicable for Nala right now. Now when we go in there, you hear the tail thumping because she's laying down and she starts wagging her tail, and we can love on her. And her and I have a thing where she'll pick up her head and I'll put my hand underneath it, and then she lays it down where I can scratch her ear while she's resting her head in my hand, and she's still doing that. So mentally, she's there. We've been crying for I don't know how many hours, just been in there talking to her. I'm gonna try not to here, but mentally she's still there. She's still with us, and so we're trying to navigate the right thing to do. I do not want her to suffer. I don't want her in pain, but obviously if she can't get up, I mean, you know where that's gonna lead. So we both have prayed with her, and we've prayed to God that, like, Lord, if it's her time, you just while she's napping or sleeping, yeah,
let it be peaceful.
Let it be peaceful. And if it's not, if it declines from here and I you know, I have to admit the look in her eye last night was not one. I was nervous that last night was the night, and I stayed up with her for as long as I could until she was sleeping peacefully. But even just the look in her face. So we're preparing for that, guys. You know, this is our first animal we've had together, and you know, ultimately, the deep breath, positive perspective. We have had an amazing 11 years with her, and more memories. I can't talk about that yet. We'll talk about that later. And so, yeah, she's just an animal, but to us two crazy people, you guys know she's our family. And we had this conversation. I had this conversation with Shannon when we decided to adopt her, rescue her from the rescue. That's what people say, right? We rescued her, and we got her from a shelter that rescued her. But you know, they're not created. Animals are not created to live as long as us. And I will probably have this conversation with you guys so many more times because we've got 26 or 7 other animals out here. But
I didn't really think about all the numbers of the other ones.
yeah, well, you know, the guineas and the turkeys are helping desensitize. And, you know, we lost Batman. Dad lost Batman earlier this year, and that was a rough go. But, you know, I think just shifting our focus onto what their purpose is and the joy and happiness that she's brought us is the primary goal for us right now. And you know, I think we're not able to grieve yet for obvious reasons. I'm not gonna say it, but you know, we're just kind of in this patience waiting game stage.
It's
right?
like a limbo stage.
Yeah. And you know, all the while there's way bigger problems in the world, like, you know, what Dad and Mom are going through, you know. So we're maintaining perspective as best we can. But the enemy, when you start to, you know, make strides, the enemy comes in even hotter. And I tell you right now, we feel a little targeted. And again, I don't want to poor pitiful me. That's not what this is about. It's just we know where to turn. And without him, I would have quit. Towel's been thrown in. I don't know what I'd quit from or quit to, but it just feels like, what is going on, you know? But these are the times you've got to maintain focus and our beliefs. We're focusing on God and His plan and His will, and there's a purpose in all of this, and it will be okay. But in the interim, we're going to love on that girl and give her the rest of her days as good as all the others have been. Oh, I made it. Did you? She didn't make it. I mean, I had to quit the video and come home and cried the whole way and cried when I was here. So I'm not, yeah. And there will be many more. So we're trying to spend as much time with her. You know, she stays in there laying down. We just kind of clean up her messes as they happen.
We just try to be as accommodating to her as we possibly can be.
Yeah, and then if something has to change, then we'll make that decision when the time is right. So, prayers for strength. may we ask again, if you don't mind, some prayers for strength, and that this all just kind of peacefully goes the way that it's supposed to, if that's the way it's supposed to.
I think that's how it's supposed to.
That's all I got, guys. So I promise we're happy, we're okay, we've got joy, we're taking care of the animals. And I got to be honest, I'm looking forward to, you know, getting the Brood Man back out and going down there with those guys, all the goats and Hercules, and that's going to be a lot of the medicine that's needed in this scenario. And so it will be okay, and there will be happier videos coming, I promise. I absolutely mean it, right?
Yeah, we've just been hit hard the last few weeks, emotionally.
Yeah. So let's keep praying for Mom and Dad. Let's keep praying for the rest of the family, and
pray for healing for Kyle's hand. He still has stitches. They're supposed to come out tomorrow, but
I told him that.
Oh, you did?
Oh yeah, I gave him an update.
He still needs to heal.
Close.
So.
Yeah. So all the stuff, all the things. I don't know. Hopefully this video stayed short. I think it did. I don't want to, you know, I want everybody to be happy, smile, feel good.
Deep breaths.
Deep breaths. All right, guys. Well, now more than ever, and always, we love you and we appreciate you, and we can't thank you enough for your support, coming along on this ride with us. As always, we'll see you in the next one.